right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're live, live, live. Let me see here. Everything's working well. Hey, everybody. Bear with me. I'm kind of a noob on YouTube Live here, so I'm trying to learn the buttons as I go. It's my first one on YouTube, at least. All right. I see folks are trickling in. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our first ever mastermind webinar. Pardon me, guys. I'm still getting used to the buttons here. Just come on in, grab a seat. I can't even tell who's on right now. They don't. YouTube don't show you that. I should have did Zoom. This is new. All right, y'all. If you're listening, I'll put in the chat who you are so I know who's on. When I try to get my brain to work properly. Hope you guys can hear me okay. This is the part I didn't think about, which is how do I hear y'all? Here we go. All right. Oh. Okay. All right, everyone, welcome to the webinar. I do apologize. This is my first YouTube live stream using the YouTube interface, so I'm trying to get used to how this then works. I probably should have done Zoom. I definitely should have done Zoom, but it's all good. We're here now. So I just realized that I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys like I want to talk to you guys, unless someone knows a trick that I don't know. And yes, that is true. IT professionals have IT problems. This is facts, like I'm doing right now, trying to figure it out. We're going to talk about that later. But yeah, put in the chat. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're dialing in from. Love to hear from you. Don't be shy. All right, so the name of the game today is Live Artifact Breakdown. All right, what I want to do with you all is actually, what I was hoping to do with everybody is actually talk to you so we can talk about real artifacts and really break them down. Um, I'm about to move the party next door because this neighborhood ain't working out for me the way I wanted to, but it's okay. Let me see here. It says 4 people watching, but it said participants, just me. That's so weird. How can that be? Okay. All right. I guess it is what it is. Well, I'll be here. I'll be chilling. So until I hear from somebody, we'll do something. Now, is this recorded? I don't know. I think it is recorded. All right, I see 5 icons here. I do, but I don't see nobody in the chat. So my question is, if it's 5 of y'all, where you at? How come I can't hear from you? Oh, there you are. Hey, all right, all right. I found you. I found you in the chat. Now how do I get some audio on this thing, man? This is terrible. This is just not fun. Okay, so that's the question chat. My bad, y'all. I shouldn't be doing this on the evening. Hello, hello. Hey, Fatima. Hey, Ashley from Maryland. Jackie, how you doing? Thank you for being so patient with my noob self. All right, appreciate it. Hello, welcome. All right, we have a few more people I see. They don't want to talk in the chat, but that's okay. Um, so again, everybody, welcome to the ISSO Playbook Live Artifact Breakdown. All right, today we're going to be doing some nitty-gritty work. We're going to be breaking down artifacts. We're going to be showing you, I'm going to be showing you all how, basically like how to do the damn thing as an ISSO, working in this field. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard. So we're going to do a few examples. My only catch is I need the challenge to come from y'all. So I need you guys to get in the chat line and let me know, right, who's dealing with an artifact, who's dealing with a situation, essentially, any type of situation that you're dealing with as an ISSO or just any hypothetical situation. I want you to put in the chat, and that's going to be the topic we're going to talk about today. All right. Hey, JMC, I see you. All right. I see more people are dialing in. I wish I could give you guys audio. I'm not doing this on YouTube straight up again. It's going to be Zoom from here on out because I want my Zoom back. I want my Teams, at least Microsoft Teams. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm here all by my lonely. I can't even talk with nobody. All right, people, what you got for me? Come on. I know somebody's thinking of something. Who's got struggles? Who's got issues? Let me know. Nobody? Everybody's good? Rocking into jobs? Any burning questions? Any challenges? JMC? Ashley? Fatima? Oh no, you're driving. Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road. No more texting for you. What about you, Ashley? Are you an ISSO? Or are you trying to become an ISSO? Oh, so here's a question. What tools do I need to go from IT to ISSO role? What tools do you need? Man, your brain. that's the best tool you're gonna need. And really it's just a matter of becoming a critical thinker. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, Ashley, you know, a common title for the ISSO position is security analyst, right? The word analyst means you're an analyzer. You're someone that walks into any situation and you're able to assess what's going on. And most importantly, you're able to ask the right questions so you can derive what you don't know by asking the right questions, right? So you can figure out some certain things. So it's very critical that you are a critical thinker, right? As an ISSO. But to directly answer you, so we can definitely dive into that. 'Cause I believe that's really the key part, the biggest key to being a really good ISO. But to more specifically answer your question, in terms of tools, I would say it's common for an ISO to run vulnerability scans. So I would say you definitely want to have a scanner or two under your belt, right? It's not the biggest thing that you need um, to learn how to do. You definitely want to be able to read a vulnerability scan report, right? But I wouldn't say that it's worthwhile. It is worthwhile. Learn Nessus, learn Nmap, right? Learn those two tools, and I think that it puts you in a really good position. That'd be the number one security tool to use. Um, Another tool is office productivity tools, right? Most places today are using Microsoft Shops, or their Microsoft Shops, meaning they use Outlook, they use Teams, Microsoft Teams, they use SharePoint to keep their documentation and things like that. So, going into an ISO role, you'll find that more than likely they're using Microsoft. The federal government uses Microsoft heavy, super heavy. I mean, Microsoft makes a killing off of the federal government. And so you don't want to be that person that's not used to using Microsoft products. So I would definitely suggest that you get an Office 365 account and utilize that. Certainly with our program, we make sure everyone have an Office 365 account. So I would definitely learn that. Um, I'm sorry. So reading your question a little better. What tool do I need to go from IT to ISO role? Well, that's even trickier because you're already in IT, so you obviously already have those office tools. Um, I think you might be thinking more SOC because you're really honing on tool. If you give me a little bit more context, I might be able to drive that home a little bit more. Okay. Hope that was helpful. All right, folks. Once again, for those that are just dialing in, welcome. This is the artifact breakdown. So I am here at your leisure for the rest of the hour, and I am here to answer any questions you might have, whether it's a beginner question, you're someone trying to get into the field, if you're someone in the field and you might have some work that you're probably stuck on. I am here to assist you during this hour. We're going to be doing this every month, right? I'm thinking next month we might do a little bit more AI focused. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm here, free of charge. Let me know. Any burning questions? Okay, we got one from JMC. You're a junior analyst for the past 2 years. You're working two jobs, senior IT desktop for 36 plus years, and a junior cybersecurity analyst for 2.5. Currently, your company uses Microsoft Defender, Rapid7. Yeah, those are definitely good tools to have. Those are definitely good tools to use. Again, we're talking about SOC now, right? We're talking about SOC. We're talking about security engineers. We're talking about more of the technical role. The ISO role is not so much technical, so I don't want to get too far off topics. We can go off topic if that's what y'all want. But for the purpose of this webinar, we are more focused on the ISO role, and that really deals more on the documentation side of cybersecurity, more or less. But yeah, Rapid7, I would say, yeah, Defender. You certainly want to know what those tools do, but I don't think you want to become. You don't need to become like a expert of those tools, but it wouldn't hurt. Rapid7 is a good scanning tool, similar to Nessus, as I mentioned earlier, or Nmap. Rapid7 is another good one. Probably doesn't have as large of a, not probably, it doesn't have as large of a market share as Nessus. Nessus is definitely king, as far as I'm concerned, of vulnerability scans. So something to keep in mind there. All right. Thank you, JMC. Appreciate that tip there. All right. Great questions, y'all. All right. Smoke them if you got them. I'll be here all week. I'm just kidding. I'll be here once a month to hang out with y'all. Trying to be more present, trying to be more around, trying to get in touch with y'all more often than I don't. Trying to keep from stepping over my dog who likes to lay by my feet all day. He needs a job. If anybody's hiring, I got a 1-year-old pup that needs work. um, but yeah. Okay. All right. Bring on the questions. Bring on the questions. Anybody have any issues with security controls? I don't know. A control family. What else? A poem. We can kind of work through that. Or if you're new and you want to know what those things are, feel free to chat it up, man. I am here for you. I'm here for it. Is there another chat? I hope I'm not missing another chat here. I think I'm catching them all. Okay, we got another question. What is the best path to go from the SOC to ISSO? My goal is to reach this goal within the next few years. Okay, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Quite frankly, most people go from ISSO to SOC. I think people get like to become more technical, but you kind of want to go from being technical to being less technical. And I'm sorry, excuse me, a less technical field. And I'm gonna start with this, right? I do think there's definitely value going from SOC to ISSO because I feel like as an ISSO, you are your work-life balance is a little better, right? As a SOC analyst, you're there for maintenance weekends, right? You're there trying to make sure everything's working, right? If things if all hell breaks loose, right? They're calling on you, right? You're the one there to fix it. If you have a potential breach, they I mean, the spotlight's on you versus ISSO. You write your documentation, you do your compliance work, you go home. Sure, you could take a 5-hour lunch break if you want to sometimes, right? As long as your work gets done. Is your SSP turning on time? Is this documentation turning on time? Do we get our ATO? More than likely, your boss is leaving you alone. Nobody's bothering you because you're getting it done. So you're someone that can do it real fast, it really gives you a lot of flexibility, in that field. So and that's one of the things that I do love about it, right? So how do you go from the SOC life to the ISO life? Well, I think there is really it's really skill immersion, right? You just have to learn it, right? You just have to learn it. You gotta learn the subject, right? You gotta learn the RMF step, right? The 853 is the ultimate goal, right? The NIST 853, the NIST Risk Management Framework version 2.0, and I will even throw in the AI RMF. Get you those three things, those three documentation, and learn it, or come to our program, right? One or the other, right? Learn those, and that'll make you a subject matter expert on the topic, right? And so once you learn the topic, now it's time to market yourself, right? Position yourself to get in front of hiring manager, maybe move within your current organization and go from there. But really, get those three documents: the three NIST 853, revision 5, the NIST Risk Management Framework, RMF 2.0, and the AI RMF. It's only one out there, it's 1.0. So get those three things under your belt, and I think you'll be in good shape because you're already technical, right? Obviously, you work in a SOC, so you already have those technical skills. Certainly want to learn how to scan. I can't imagine if you work in a SOC, you don't know how to scan. So I'm sure you have that under your belt as well. You don't want to learn how to audit, or at least read an audit report, right? I'm sure working in a SOC, you know that as well. So it shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too hard to do that. Hope that answered your question. Great question, by the way. And I don't think you need a few years, right? Our program, we get beginners into the field of ISSO within 5 months. So, Someone's already in the field, I say give yourself 3 to 5 months of focus time, right? And you should be fine. Hope that helped. JMC, good question. Okay, you're also working with your company to meet ISO 27001. What do I need to assist this process? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to tap out on this one. I am not an ISO expert, my friend. I know a lot of experts in different fields. ISO is not one of them. So unfortunately, I cannot tell you about that. But I will actually what I will tell you, if I were you and I know nothing about ISO and you're trying to assist in the process, oh man, you gotta learn it. You gotta learn their framework, right? You gotta just go in there and learn what is their framework, how do they work. Every GRC has a framework, and more than likely they have security controls. What are the things that you're securing by? There's a lot of overlap with all these different GRC, whether it's PCI or ISO or HIPAA, right? They all overlap, right? They have controls. You write your statements and you assess them, right? Maybe in a different collaborative format and process, but that's really all there is to it. So I would probably go on Udemy, pick up a nice little bit of course on there and learn the framework, right? And then you can really talk specifics with that team that's working on it. Sorry, I wish I could give you more, but one thing I learned in life, you don't want to be a master of many, a jack of all trades and master of none, right? That's the phrase. So I really wouldn't be too all over the place. Sounds like JMC, you might be having too many options there. You got SOC, ISSO, ISO. Yeah, I would say narrow your thoughts down. Really zoom in on what you want, and then master it, lock it down. So if you already locked down SOC, I would say pick one. If it's ISSO, do that. We can help you with that. If it's ISO, do that too, but lock in. Don't be all over the place. That's how you get yourself spinning for years instead of months, right? The key is get the bag. What is the shortest path to the bag, right? Or your goal, excuse me, not the bag, right? What's the shortest path to your goal? And if the goal is the bag, then yeah, always go for the shortest path. Specialization, people, that's the key. You want to specialize, lock it in, put that thing in a headlock, be a master of it. Then you move on if you get bored, right? You're like, okay, I need something else, but always specialize. Think specialization. All right, JMC, the questions, man. I wish I could send you a prize or something. Okay. All right. I am the security analyst for the US for my company. Okay. I also have to do a bit of everything. Oh yeah. It's just me. Oh gosh, don't I have memories of that? All right. So it's just you. So you have to do everything. Definitely want to narrow it down. I need a little bit more information. You're the security analyst for the US for the United States for your company. Okay. And you also have to do a little bit of everything. It's just you. So you have to do everything. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So you're in one of those situations where they want to just pile it up on you. I've been in those situations before where I've been pretty much doing everything, right? And yeah, it could be a little frustrating because your job ultimately dictates what you do with your time. Yeah, man, that gets a little sticky when you're doing too much. Like, it's one thing if you're, I guess, are you the owner? No, it doesn't. I don't think you're the owner. Unless you're the owner, man, I really wouldn't. Unless you have vested stock in the company, like a startup or something, you're really like into it or you really enjoy it. I really wouldn't. Now, those type of situations never last long. You don't want to get burnt out too long, too soon. The company is global, based in Germany. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. No, I'm not the owner. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jackie. Okay. I'm sorry. Your name's Jackie. Yeah, Jackie. I feel your pain. Um. Yeah. I usually don't like to encourage people to find alternative, but you probably want to leave your options open, my friend. Those type of situations don't really work out too well. If it's strictly there, if it's a 9 to 5, I would say check your options. I kind of see now why you're looking to go from SOC to ISSO. Yeah, more, yeah. Reach out to me, man. Our program might be a good fit for you. It might be because it sounds like you have the background. You just need the alignment to really get in there. Um, yeah, just reach out. Cyber@pjpros.com. I'm gonna put that in the chat. We can always go through what the program offers to see if it's a good alignment there for you. Um, we're very good at what we do, so I know we can help you, but we need to make sure you're the right fit as well. We don't just let everybody come in. Oh snap! My bad. We got a meeting tomorrow. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow then. What time is your meeting in the afternoon? Because I am. You might have it with Jamie. I definitely want to stop by and say hello. For sure. For sure. I'm gonna have to pin that down. 3:15. Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably have it with Jamie. We kind of alternate. You probably have it with Jamie. But I'm gonna stop by for sure. I'm gonna definitely stop by and say hello and chat up with you, man. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, I feel your pain. My first experience, man, I'm trying to tell you, and you can fact check this. Anybody can fact check this, right? My first experience, I kid you not, I was in there. I met with five, not even in person, it was over the phone. I met with five different professionals that were on their way out of the contract, and I was taking over for the entire security team. Like, no joke. And I was fresh out of school, and I was like, yo, what is going on? Right. But I was able to figure things out, fairly quickly, and I was able to get up to speed. And that's a whole long story. I'm not going to get into too much of the details, but it's hard when you find yourself in those type of situations. It's not really anybody's fault, right? It's just how the work culture kind of built, right? And a lot of times people don't really think about cybersecurity as being an entire department. They're like, oh, we just need one person do it. No. And then people don't realize that there's so many different parts to it. And so you find yourself doing a lot. You're running around, especially if you have a supervisor that's not a cyber expert either. So you're kind of having to manage yourself because they don't have the knowledge that you need for them to direct you properly. So it's yeah, man, I feel you. It's a fortifying situation because it grows you so quickly. You're gonna learn a lot, and I'm sure you're learning a lot, Jackie. So that's good. But once you're like, all right, I've learned enough, man. Yeah, don't bring yourself out. It's my advice. All right. Okay. What happened to Ashley? Ashley got questions? Fatima, you home yet? Okay. My service desk manager expects me to carry the service desk. Oh Lord. Lord help us. Jackie's a service desk at Tech 2. All right. And the SOC team now depends on me to resolve all US issues. Ooh, okay. That's fun. That's fun. Thank you. I'm trying to venture from help desk technician to the ISO role if money is okay. I'm okay. All right. So one person said, trying to venture from help desk technician to the ISO role. If money is limited, what's the best path to start for me to get started? Oh, now when you say money is limited, help me understand that because I always take a pause when people say money is an issue. Or better yet, a better question is, I'm trying to think of how to word this. So okay, so if money is an issue, because well, first I need to address that real quick, right? And I get stuck, right? Because there are programs like ours, right, that we have and we offer to people, and people, and we do get that a lot. People say, "Oh, well, the program costs too much," and my response to, "Well, what is it costing you right now not to do the program?" Right? We've helped many people get jobs in cybersecurity and their salary increased by double. Right? That's a common thing for us. Right? People double their salary. So if you're going to double your salary, is that type of tuition really, does it really make sense not to pay that type of tuition? Right? What is it costing you by the month not to get into a program that's going to fast track you there? Right? So I always tell people, don't think of the cost. It's not a cost of investing in yourself. It's a cost of what are you losing if you don't invest in yourself, So I always think of it that way. Right? We're not a traditional school. This is not like a master's degree like I got with student loans. That's a cost to me, right? Because they didn't really teach me the job. But anyway, so I just want to caveat with that. I want to start with that. So just please keep that in mind. Invest in yourself, right? There's one thing if you don't know if a program is good. It's another thing if you don't think you're in a place to do the program, right? Now that's different because then you're not going to be successful, and now you're costing yourself. But if the program works, you know it works, you've seen people who's worked for it, then I don't understand why you want to deposit $5 to get 5,000. It just, I can't really do the math right there. But if I do decide not to do a program that cost, what I would do is I would learn well, first I would make cybersecurity my entertainment. So you're definitely on the right track here, right? You're obviously on this webinar. I hope you're listening to other podcasts and things like that, right? So that's for sure. You want to be around the culture of cybersecurity. So for sure, you want to immerse yourself into it, and then you learn I'll speak more specifically to ISSO because so many different paths for other places. Learn how to use a scanner for sure. I would say learn that. Nessus will be my selection. You want to learn the skills, right? You go to pgacourses.com. That's our website. You can learn the skill on demand there. You can learn many things on demand. And then there's other places as well. Udemy is an option. So I would learn the skill, and then I would look for an internship or because you have to get experience, right? And so if you're not looking for a program that'll give you the experience, then I will probably forge the experience on my own. Once I become comfortable learning the skill, I'll probably reach out to some small businesses and say, hey, I know how to do X, Y, Z. I know how to scan. I'd love to give you guys a free scan report, And so, that's an option, right? Entrepreneur yourself. I'm a big fan of entrepreneurship and bring your own freelancer. There's nothing wrong with that. Go to Fiverr, become a freelancer. Once you learn how to do something as simple as scanning and running vulnerability scans and provide people vulnerability reports, you can actually become a freelancer online. And, if you market yourself right, someone will certainly compensate you for that skill if, they're in the market for it. So hopefully that helps. Okay. All right. It's not fun. Okay, so back to Jackie. It's not fun by the stretch of imagination. I am fried. I need to move fully the security team or move to another company. Fortunately for me, cost isn't an issue. I need to move forward. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. Good. All right. I think that's Jackie, right? Jackie's Bella. I'm sorry, no, that's Ashley's Bella. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Ashley. Hopefully that was helpful. But yeah, that's what I would do. Tomorrow, I think we got you, man. It's man, these are awesome questions, guys. These are really awesome questions. Keep them coming. I am here. I am here for it. I would give it to you raw, unfiltered, uncensored. All right, maybe censored a little bit, right? But I keep it real with you. Keep it real with y'all. And if you like this, let me know. I will be back next month. Maybe we'll even do it more often if you guys really like it. I'm thinking somewhere where you guys can actually speak next time. YouTube is a great platform, but I like to have conversations. Speaking of conversation, I'm gonna give you guys a healthy advice. If you're going to job interviews and you're not having conversations with your employer, you're not doing it right. Just trying to tell you, you're not doing it right. You should have conversations all the time. That's the tip of the day, y'all. All right. Had one last night for ISSO role. Okay. Care to elaborate on that? Blorens 4123. Oh, nice. You had an interview. Turned it into a conversation. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you don't want to come off scripted or because that just comes off as fake. Okay. Oh, secure engineering. Okay, nice. Shout out to the ISSEs out there. All my technical folks. I'm also an engineer, but obviously I'm a little partial for the ISO role. But yeah, man. Nice. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Yeah. All right. So Jackie, retiring in the next few years. I want to go consultant. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, you can do a lesson two. I mean, less than four. So Jackie said, I want to be retiring in the next few years. Want to go to consultant for cybersecurity. About 5 more years to get it together. I'm willing to say less than that. Why wait for? What do you need to wait for? It take you 12 months to master what you're doing once you get into the field. But we can talk logistics later. But I love the plan. I love the plan. Consultant, that's the way to go, y'all. Like, why are you not branding yourself? Right? Brand yourself. You are an entity, right? We go to work. Yes, we have W-2s, we have paychecks, right? But you are offering a service. You're offering a service to your employer. So brand yourself, right? Consult in your field of expertise, right? And you'd be surprised who comes knocking, right? So yeah, Jackie, you're ahead of the game, my friend. Oh, you throw an acronym that I am not familiar with. DAOR. Can you? Oh, have to make me Google some stuff up in here. Somebody said they're currently working as DAOR. That's Association of okay, Downey Association of Realtor. No, I don't think that's what that is. Intelligence. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Hey, y'all, next month we're gonna have a drink. Everybody get your drinks ready. We're gonna make this like drink champs. Now the conversation will get real interesting then, wouldn't it? Okay, authorizing official. Let's see what we got here. All right, it would be great. I consulted for most of my professional life. Just started working as a full-time employee in the last 8 years. Time to go back to working myself. Amen to that. Amen to that, man. It's nothing better than working for yourself. You might have to put in a little bit longer hours, but it is worth it, man. Oh, okay. Authorizing official designated representative. That's not DAOR. Maybe it is. Apologies, I'm not familiar with that acronym or that term. This is why we need audio so I can ask questions and I can hear your voice. But that's okay. Thanks for your patience, y'all. We'll get it right next time. Yeah, ain't that the truth? It's definitely federal because them acronyms, boy. The federal government, they love acronyms. If you're not a fan of acronym, you planning to work for the federal government, you are in trouble. I've seen people use a whole sentence with acronyms. Oh man, yeah. You just sit there and just learn them one at a time. All right. For those that are just dialing in, welcome to our webinar. All right, this is the artifact breakdown. This is where you get to ask me any questions your heart desire. All right, and I'm just here, just hanging out with y'all. And if you have any questions, just post in the chat. Good question. What do you do, Lawrence? I'm guessing ISSO, since you're representing the AO. All right. Curious, are there any security control families anyone's having trouble with? Interesting. So you prepare the package, step 1, 2, and 5. That's pretty cool. You just skip 4, 3 altogether. 3 and 4. Nice, nice. That's interesting. I didn't know they had positions for that. I'm curious. Lawrence just said he or she prepares the package for RMF step 1, 2, and 5. So step 1 is I know, right? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I've seen people do just poems, but I've never seen people do 1, 2, and 5. But I can see why though. Step 1 is categorization, 2 is select controls, and then 5 is authorize the system. Interesting. Interesting. I'm guessing that's probably because of the volume of systems you have. Probably have a lot of systems to work with. And by the way, guys, if you are on the chat and you are a beginner, I do not want you to feel left out. So this is your first challenge as a future analyst. You ready? Ask questions. Okay. So if you pop in there, you see him say step 1, 2, 5. My challenge to you is, what in the world is step 1, 2, and 5? And I will be more than happy to break it down for you, because that is the analyst way, right? We ask questions around here. That's right. Right. 3 is the ISSO, 4 is the SCA. So you just come in right in 5, just get all the credit, huh? Had those poor people do all the work? I'm kidding. Hey, just don't say 6, 7. There's no 7. All right, let me get serious. I know some of this is just because I work for the compliance team to do the security. Okay, I know. Okay, this is JMC. I know some of this just because I work for the compliance team to do security awareness training. Okay, nice. Okay, so Jackie, they have a compliance department, but then you're on the SOC and monitoring the system, auditing the system, kind of specialty. I'd be curious to hear about. And Florence, it sounds like you're trying to go from your current compliance role into more of a technical role. It sounds like you and Jackie just need to swap jobs. Now, I don't know if you're on Jackie's job though. That job hard, but sounds like you're trying to become more technical. Yo, Jared in the house. What's up, Jared? I'm new to cyber. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I'm Santa Claus. I cut my beard. All right. Hey. Everyone to move to Rev 5 and AI overlay. Oh gosh, yeah, AI here. What's going on, Jaron? Glad you can make it, man. Me and Jaron go way back, way back. Damn, how long have I known you now, Jaron? 20. Jaron reminds me of Kobe, man. You got to get up like 3 a.m. just to outwork that guy. And you probably still want to outwork him. So shout out to Jaron. 6 years? That's it? I feel like I know you for like 20. All right, and I missed they're waiting. Okay, so they're moving to Red 5. Okay, an AI overlay. Yeah, maybe 7. All right, so damn, I wish we can get on a call. Oh well. Next time I got you guys. Better platform for sure. All right. Cybersecurity team in Germany does everything. I have to do everything just because it's me. Oh, right. So on the US side. Oh man. That's lovely. So they got a whole team covering Germany, but they're gonna just send you. That's wild. That is wild. Damn. UK too? And Australia? That's a lot of work. How many how many systems you got, Jackie? We are global biotech. We also cover UK and Australia. How many systems are you covering? Like major applications, GSS. Hmm. All right. For those dialing in, welcome. We got about a few more minutes. So this is a meet and greet artifact breakdown session. We're talking about challenges you may have at work, career advice, just anything really. So just hop in the chat and send your questions over. If I can help you, I got a feeling somebody on the chat might. Okay. Okay. What's going on, David? I know a lot of Davids. I don't know if I know you. Got a feeling I do though by that at Shata. I think that's the Jamaican David. I could be wrong. But hey, David, glad you could join us. Hey, admin. Okay. It is the Jamaican David. What's up, dude? All right, y'all. For those just dialing in, we have about a few more minutes. Welcome to the Artifact Breakdown, where we are discussing the ISSO role. If you have issues at your current job, if you just want to know how to get in, if you want to know just any burning questions, if you have artifacts, just some issue you're trying to get through at your work, this is the place to brainstorm it. So just send your question in the chat, and we can, work it out. And there goes the dog. I'll be right back, y'all. I think somebody's at the door and the dog can't help himself. I'm back. All right. Any questions, y'all? Control families, NIST publication. All right. For those that are just dialing in, welcome to the Artifact Breakdown. I'm your host, Paul Oyelakin with pjcourses.com. We're here to break down any questions you might have about the ISSO position or just cybersecurity in general. If you're actually having issues currently with your workplace and you want us to kind of maybe think tank it, this is the place to be. So just drop your question in the chat and we'll talk about it. Oh man, what are some of the top things an ISSO needs to know? The top things, man, hit me with that questions. With that question, what are the top things you should know? I need a little bit more context. Can you give me a little bit more context, like in terms of being proficient in the job or personality or traits? What are some of the avenues one can go through with cybersecurity? Okay. I don't want to lose that first question. Yeah, give me a little more context in that first question. Sort of like, like in terms of like what traits you need to have, because your mindset is huge as an ISO. Yeah, the top things. Yeah, like skill sets. Okay, so let's talk about mindset as an ISO. So I'm gonna go with that. What are Okay, publication of vulnerability management documentation. Yeah, I will agree with that. So let's start with publication, right? For those that are not aware, because I do want to be beginner friendly here. I'm not going to assume everybody here knows the role of being an ISO. So, we follow the NIST publications, right? There's a lot of them, a whole lot of them. Do you need to read them through and through? Nope, you don't, right? But you do need to understand the gist of it, and you need to understand their application, right? So, like for you need to be able to know where you can find your security controls, and you need to know where, as an assessor, where you can have guidance on how to assess a system, right? So, I've not spent any time literally reading an entire publication, but you do need to know the FIPS 199, 853. If you write this down if you need to, right? The risk management framework 2.0, the AI RMF 1.0 just came out. Got to get ahead of the game, right? You need to learn your AI. So I would say learn that. And we have courses for all of these, by the way, that'll break it down for you. The NIST 863, right? Throw them out there if you know. If you have one that you think is a big one that you should learn. Now, vulnerability management, I would say yes. As an ISSO, you should, at the very least, know how to take a vulnerability scan report and be able to analyze it and be able to say, okay, well, not even say okay, but be able to articulate it to leadership and say, okay, these are the things that we should fix first, right? And then also be able to organize it, also be able to talk with the technical partner so that they can fix the problem and follow up with them, right? So that's really vulnerability management. It's good to be able to do that. Documentation, absolutely. Technical writing is a big part of being an ISSO, right? You have to be able to, someone should be able to tell you, I need an access control policy, right? And you should be able to go out there and figure out and be able to draft one. Not necessarily from scratch. I wouldn't do it from scratch, but find you a good template. If one doesn't already exist, if one already exists, update it. How do you update it? You ask the right questions. So being able to update documentation is pretty important. I hope that was helpful, guys, in terms of those skill sets. Here's another question. ISO position. What certs do I need? Short answer is none of them. You don't necessarily need a certification to get into the field. Does it give you an edge? Yes. If you actually study for it, like really study for it, right? Like really learn it. You didn't buy it, right? Off of those people that send you messages on LinkedIn, right? If you actually study for it, are you going to learn? Absolutely, right? I mean, EC Council, CompTIA, they do justice by giving you the right topics. Topics is going to help you and make you become more knowledgeable in the field. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. But I will say this: if you have to choose between going after your career, becoming job ready, versus getting your cert, I would say focus on becoming job ready. Because if I'm sitting in front of you and I'm looking for a security analyst, honestly, I'm not really too worried about the certs that you have, right? I'm more worried about the conversation, your knowledge, and your experience, right? So I would say focus more on the position than the certs. The certs is helpful. It helps you to learn. It gets you it gets you more comfortable around the subjects, right? In theory, but really getting the experience is what you need. Which, by the way, we offer in our program. Okay. What are some of the avenues one can go through with cybersecurity? Now, when you say avenues, I'm guessing you mean like different genres of cybersecurity. I think that's the question. So let me know in the chat if I misunderstood that question. Where is my water? All right, I didn't bring it. All right. So avenues, I would say there are, I break cybersecurity down to four genres. I do. Right. So the first one is GRC, right? That's the ISSO position. That's the documentation side of cybersecurity. That's people that do other GRCs are like HIPAA or PCI DSS. Shout out to Boyd Cluis. If you do what are these other ones? ISO, right? That's another one. And there's a whole bunch of other ones, right? SOX, etc. Right, so that's the documentation side of cybersecurity. And then you have the people that are more technical, right? People that do, I call it defense, right? The people that fortify your network to make sure that the bad guys can't get in. That's the security engineering. That's the interview that sounds like I think Ashley went to yesterday, right? So that those are people that work the tools, right? To become a security engineer, you want to learn, you want to master 3 tools. It's my advice. Master the crap out of 3 tools and learn how to do 2 tools pretty well, right? Once you have those 2 things under your belt, then I feel like you're a contender to becoming an effective security engineer. And then the third genre of cybersecurity is offensive security, pen testing, right? This is the Hollywood side of cybersecurity. It's one people find interesting, where people are like just jamming away at the keyboard and they're breaking firewalls and they're breaking into this and hacking into that within seconds, which we all know it's not real, right? Because the real hackers, they work like this. Literally type it. I mean, they don't type with one finger, but you get what I'm saying. That's the speed that they go in, right? Some people will study a network for years before they actually make their move, right? Because that's just the reality. That stuff on TV doesn't count. But I digress. That's the third genre of cybersecurity. There are people out there that companies pay to, try to test their system, see if they can get in, and then they tell the people how to fix it, right? Without them actually going through a real way costlier. All right, so you have GRC documentation side, blue team, that's right, which is team defense, and then you have your offense, right, which is the red team, and then the fourth one that I don't feel like covers either, maybe security engineering, but I feel like it's separate. It's forensics, right? Forensics are, people behaving badly. They come and they literally take your computer, your computing device, and then they scan it for data, for information, like the Epstein files, right? To speak on something that's headline, right? The people that handle that data, they have to be professionals. It's literally like if I have my phone and I touch my phone, I put fingerprints on it. Well, guess what? The stuff inside also requires some some type of a special type of handling, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for, right? Because if someone were to take a bad guy's phone and then they take it to the court and they say, hey, look, we found this and this inside the phone. Well, the person being accused can say, I didn't put that there. They installed it there, right? Well, how do you prove that it was never touched? And how do you investigate and analyze that data to really find the evidence that you need? So that's a specialty in cybersecurity that I believe is a fourth genre. Okay. So hopefully that helped. Okay. Who are the types of people I will interact with as an ISSO? Great question. Who are the types of people? Man, one of the really cool thing I like about being an ISSO is you get a lot of exposure, right? All the times that I've been an ISSO, I've been working directly with CIOs and CISOs, right? Because you're the analyst, you're the person that's articulating issues, you're the person that's getting information. So you literally, from my experience, you are being with everybody. So yourself is a very important skill to have. And if you don't have it, you want to develop it. You want to be able to speak in a meeting. You want to be able to ask questions to a technical and non-technical audience. What does that look like? Critical thinking, right? You want to be able to meet with a system admin, and they're going to try to throw all these highly technical words at you, but it's okay. Stay calm and bring them down to basics. Because I promise you, even a brain surgeon can be brought down to basics. Even probably a rocket scientist. I haven't tried that yet. But anybody can be brought down to basic. And what I mean by it is this, right? If you tell me, come to my house right now, right? That's a unknown question. I can never come to your house because I don't know where you live, but I can know where you live by asking you the right questions. First of all, what state are you in? You know what I mean? All right, you live in that state. What's the city? Okay, what's the street? You feel me? So you have to kind of break people down into asking the right question. I'm not digressing from the question, but I just want to kind of point that out. It's very important because a lot of people feel like as an ISO, you need to be technical, you need to be knowledgeable, you need to know how to work 500 tools, you need to be a hacker, you need to learn how to code it. No, you don't. You just need to be someone that is sharp, have the energy, and know how to ask the right questions to get what you need. But back to that question, Jaron. Great question. You're pretty much in front of a lot of people, a lot of people every day. You're talking, you're getting information, you're giving information. Okay, you're brand new to cybersecurity. What are the things that you can do to be job ready? Man, come to my program. We got you. 5 months is all we need, and we will cover you, right? Our program starts off with, skill immersion, right? You are going to know and understand the topic, right? The subject matter, right? Those publications, we break it all down, water it down for you, and bring it down to plain English. Once you learn that, then we have you become a master of the experience, right? We put you in a real work environment. It's called a deja vu experience, where you work in such a real environment, because it is. When you start working full time, when you transition from us to a full time position, you can't tell the difference. Um, it's just that replicable, the things that we do in the real world. And then once we do that, we make sure that we position you in front of employers to actually want the skills that you've developed with us. But yeah, that's the secret sauce. I mean, you can do that, or you can come see us, and we'll get you covered and save you a lot of wrong turns. All right. But yeah, being job ready is just about experience, really. It's about learning the ropes and knowing where to go. Great questions, y'all. All right. All right. Any more questions? I am here for it. I am here. Brew some coffee if y'all want me to. We'll do this for another hour. With your course, will there be hands-on labs? Will there be hands-on? Man, you're gonna get your hands on so much, you're gonna um definitely. We don't do assignments. I don't like assignments. This is not a school. We're not a school. We're a work environment. You see, PJ Professional IT Services is our contracting company. We have clients that we support, and we're going to need you to help support them in our program. And you're going to be making real impact. Just don't break none. You're going to be working with a subject matter expert. They're going to be working with you every step of the way on all the things that you do and you provide for those companies. So yeah, you're going to definitely get hands-on, more hands-on than you're probably going to have time for, but you'll get definitely enough hands-on to become job ready. And we're doing such a clean, easy way. We're not going to give you the Jackie experience. Shout out to Jackie if you're still on. Jackie is guy. They got Jackie doing everything in a very what seems like a short period of time, but we do provide you with the hands-on in a very supportive way. So for sure, facts. Um, and is there homework? Yeah. Well, you work in your own pace, your own time. Okay. We do meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, evenings, right? And we have morning stand up where you meet with your scrum master to make sure that you're not having any impediments. So that's a 15-minute time frame on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and then you meet on those Thursdays and Tuesdays, right? But really, you know exactly what you're doing, so it's really for you to schedule your time outside of those meeting hours to get your work done, basically your deliverables that's going to benefit the customers and make them more secure. And by the way, we find reputable multi-million dollar companies that, I mean, let's be honest, the reality is there's so many companies out there that don't really think about cyber, and they don't really have it in their budget to bring on a cybersecurity team. That's where we come in. And we know there's a lot of you guys out there that would love to have the experience. So we're like, okay, let's make this work. And so we supply them with that service for the benefit of our community, which is you guys, because hey, the experience is there. Why not go get it, right? So that's what we do. We don't really call it homework. It's more of work. Just take off the home part. You can do it anywhere. Just do it. Great question. Look for a meeting tomorrow. Need the hands-on. Oh yeah, we definitely have the hands-on, and we position you to be in front of the right people, right? Because remember now, companies are not paying you because they like you. They're not, right? No one says, "Hey, I'm gonna take this amount of money from our bank account and give it to you just because we like you around." No, they pay you because they have a need, right? So we make sure that we position you in a way where the companies actually see what you can provide. They see the value, and those companies that are in need of it, they're going to spot that very quickly and bring you on board. Okay. All right. This has been fun, guys. Hey, listen, we are going to do this again next month. All right. So mark your calendar. Stay tuned on the LinkedIn page or wherever it is you found me. Stay tuned. And we're going to do this again next month. If there's a particular topic you like to hear about, I'm leaning more towards AI because I think people want to know how do you do AI and compliance. Okay. I think y'all want to know, right? I want to maybe start off with that. And of course, if you got questions, like hit me up. Like we'll be on here. And if you're struggling, if you just started working and you're struggling with your job, bring it here. I love we can chat it up. We can think tank that thing and really point you in the right direction too. Because you know, we have to have a good, strong community of helping each other. Or if you just want career advice, you can come here too. All right. All right, guys, we are at time. I don't see any more questions. I think we answered them all. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely. Give me a shout out. Let me know what you think. If you guys like this, I'd love to hear from you. That's going to encourage me to, pop up and do more, maybe even do it less than a month. if you like it, right? But yeah, definitely love you guys coming in, hanging out with me, and yeah, till next time, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. Enjoy your evening, y'all. Take care. All right, Jackie. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh, I'm supposed to end the stream. Bye, y'all.